They suffered one of the most devastating earthquakes in modern history. When you drive through Port-au-Prince, it was every third or fourth building that was down. And it wasn't just houses, it was shopping centers, schools, hospitals, churches. Bodies were still in the rubble.
It was miles and miles of shanty towns and tent cities.
It was a very hopeless condition as a nation.
There was a whole air about the place that you could tell there had been hurt, there had been pain.
When you're standing there looking into that pile of rubble, knowing what's beneath it, it makes it very, very real.
Our team's goal in going to Haiti was to really minister to the emotional needs of the nanny staff at the orphanage. Lots of the nannies had lost families or their homes or both, but really hadn't told anyone because in lots of cases, sometimes the people they would tell died in the earthquake. So we want to kind of just shed light on those areas where there was emotional distress and maybe bring them to the surface and try to go through the stages of grief with these people. And one of just the really crazy things that we found out was that nobody really knew what an earthquake was. They didn't know that earthquakes happen in California all the time. They just didn't know. And with that, like, you could visibly see like relief leave them because they realized that this wasn't something that was a curse from God or some divine being. This was actually just a normal force of nature that didn't just happen in Haiti, but happened everywhere.
When I heard of Biola's heart for Haiti and wanting to make an impact there and motivate its students and empower its students to go, God just put it on my heart, like, you're supposed to go to Haiti. And I got so excited, and we began to develop a vision for doing a camp where we use music as a way of drawing out emotion in kids and helping them to express things that they have experienced but may not have fully processed through or begun the healing for.
Haiti is a naturally expressive country. Art coats the streets. Even with poverty, you could see color everywhere. They have such a desire to learn, to have music in their life, to have art in their life, to have dance in their life.
We brought a variety of instruments with us to give to the kids and allow them to use and to touch and to learn on. And we use those instruments to teach classes. We use those instruments to lead worship. Just to see a child brighten up at the sound of a violin that maybe they've never heard before, or to hold a cello that's too big for them and try to play it, and to touch a guitar, to touch a piano and bang on it, make notes, and then to dance to music that we play on these instruments was incredible. And I think one of the most powerful things about the ministry was just showing them God's love and showing them that no matter what they've gone through, they are loved and they are valued and they are worth something. And no matter if they've lost their family, there are still people that love them, and there's a God that loves them more than anyone ever could.
I brought a truck full of medical supplies with me. Just before I left the Dominican Republic, I met up with a team of 20 medical doctors from Rush University Hospital. And they asked me if I would join their team to help because they had the doctors, they didn't have the medical supplies. I had the medical supplies, didn't have the doctors. So it was a very divinely appointed opportunity for us to share our resources together. So each morning I would get up and with the doctors we would travel to an abandoned school or perhaps a clinic or a church. We'd have anywhere from 250 to 500 people waiting for us at the school. So we would set up the clinic. Sometimes I helped with surgery, sometimes I was cutting casts off of patients, just basically helping whatever they needed. When you're that desperate and you have absolutely nothing, not a house, not food, and you're not even sure you're going to live till tomorrow, to have somebody come in and provide you with medical aid for free. We would bring in food as well. We had at least a positive attitude that we were here to help. We were going to provide some resources for you. The people were so grateful, so appreciative. They were so thankful for us to be there. They'd hug us and they'd thank us for coming. They knew that unless we had come the chances were pretty good in some of the remote neighborhoods that we got to, they would have received no help. When I came back to class, I had the opportunity to be able to show them pictures that I'd taken just a few days before. So it was very fresh, it was very real. I got to share with them stories of lives that had been changed, individuals that I had seen just days earlier. So I brought the reality of what had happened in another part of the world right into our campus classroom.
Haitians are a truly beautiful people. They have experienced poverty to an extent that we can't even imagine.
We have to remember that the need is not over. Although it might appear that it's no longer front page news, people are still suffering.
There was a need in Haiti before the earthquake, so there's a need now.
We need to go in and we need to stay and provide support for them that doesn't go away.
Here at Biola, what we're about is training and equipping our students to be able to catch a global vision for what God's doing around the world, so that whatever we're teaching them, whether it's in education or communications or psychology or whatever their particular career or choice might be, that there's a place in the world to use that to be able to make an impact in the kingdom for Christ. That's our responsibility, and that's what we're modeling, not just teaching, but we're modeling that. So we're not just saying, now that you've learned, go and do. We're saying, now that you've learned, come with us and do it together.